Right now, President is getting on the stage and making it public. It's pretty bold move where he's saying, well, look, I'm standing in front of our parliamentarians, in front of our people and saying, this is what we need. And please figure out the way of how this can be done. Otherwise, we are in trouble.
Now, let's look at Ukraine, where President Zelensky has given a speech to the Ukrainian parliament outlining his plan to win victory against Russia.
Перший пункт.
The first point is the invitation to NATO. The second point is defense. This is an irreversible strengthening of the Ukrainian defense against the aggressor. It is realistic to protect our positions on the battlefield in Ukraine and at the same time to return the war to the territory of Russia. We want the Russians to feel what a war is. And despite the Russian propaganda, they began to spread hatred towards the Kremlin. We are not naive. Ukraine does not believe and will not believe that most Russians will realize the depth of the moral decline of their state. But they must feel the decline of the Russian army. And this will be a failure of their ideology of war.
So let us get the thoughts now of Kira Rudik, who's a Ukrainian MP, leader of the Holos Party in Ukraine, and is on the line from Kyiv. Hello to you, Kira. Welcome back.
Hello, John, and thank you so much for having me.
As always, you're very welcome, Kira. Tell me, can Ukraine win the fight with Russia without this plan being adopted?
It will be very, very hard to do so, John. And that is absolutely true. And this is why today our president was so vocal about that. First of all Ukrainian parliamentarians, we all support his plan, just because we have learned one thing, that the unity is a key thing that we need at a time like that. And we understand this plan is related to strengthening Ukraine's security and to many things that he's calling on to be done from our partners. And we also understand and we have shown the world that Russia would not stop unless they are stopped. This is why some of the points of the plan, they are related to setting up the security systems inside Ukraine that will not only be defending Ukraine, but defending Europe and the democratic world. Because we know that we have a huge army right now, and we are willing to share this experience, to share these forces, to protect democracy, like whenever and wherever it would be needed. And President was very vocal about that today on the stage, saying that help us to defend ourselves right now, and we will be using all our resources to help you to protect the democracy wherever it will be needed.
Okay, so I hear the urgency in your tone. It reflects the urgency in Volodymyr Zelensky's tone. Just to look at some of the problems, if I may, it's central to the plan to secure from NATO an immediate invitation to join NATO. Well, that in itself is a very, very difficult thing to achieve, isn't it? It would need all 32 members of NATO to agree to that invitation. And they, as things stand, they will not do that. To have Ukraine involved in NATO now would amount, pretty much, wouldn't it, to a declaration of war on Russia?
Well, isn't it fair that the countries that is defending the free world will receive at least an invitation? We don't say that we need to become a member of NATO like by the end of the year, right?
Yeah.
But we also understand that all these behind the scenes negotiations, especially the ones that require getting us the permission to shoot into the Russian territory, they were not successful, right? And right now, President is getting on the stage and making it public. It's pretty bold move where he's saying, well, look, I'm standing in front of our parliamentarians, in front of our people and saying, this is what we need. And please figure out the way of how this can be done. Otherwise, we are in trouble. Yeah. John, it's very clear why he's doing that, right? We are facing incredibly hard winter, knowing that the majority of our energy system has been destroyed. It's Russia's hope that Ukrainian people will be demotivated and frozen and will be like in an incredibly hard situation, and we know that this will probably happen. They are using winter and cold as a weapon that they have been doing beforehand. So we need to have this sense of urgency understood by our partners. And this is why I believe all the things that were negotiated behind the scenes, President is bringing up on the stage, being very vocal and saying, look, you are asking us what we need to win the war. We are telling you openly in front of Ukrainian people, in front of the world, this is what we need. Let's figure out how to do this. We have heard the word no so many times. We know how to work with it. We have heard no at the very beginning, all the wide range weapons. We have heard no on the fighter jets, on the tanks, on everything. We know how to get it to yes. But the time is of an essence, and we cannot be in those ongoing negotiations over and over because people are dying in Ukraine here every day.
Yeah, and the sacrifice and the strength and the courage of your country and the people fighting for your country is well understood by your many, many friends. But you're looking for more, something more concrete than that. Part of the plan involves the deployment of a non-nuclear deterrent, Kira. What does that mean? What is a non-nuclear deterrent?
It's an ability to take down Russian missiles, including the ballistic missiles. You remember how many times we were talking about closing the sky, basically bringing an ability to Ukraine to defend ourselves against Russia's constant attacks. This is what President is talking about, not using the word close the sky onto us, because it is incredibly hard to operate like that. We know that South Korea is having similar protection. We know Israel is having similar protection, and we need to have it for Ukraine to be able to take down Russia's missiles that are going onto our homes every single night. And this is the deterrence that we need to have.
Kira, as always, very, very good to talk to you. Thank you so much, and best wishes for the future. Kira Rudik, Ukrainian MP, leader of the Golos Party in Ukraine.
Володимир Олександрович Зеленський.
І самим обирати для себе майбутнє. Майбутнє для України – це, безперечно, бути сильною частиною глобального світу, бути на рівних з усіма країнами-лідерами, бути в Євросоюзі та в НАТО, бути там повноправно, бути там – це справедливо для нас. Слава Україні! Ми, українці, разом з нашими партнерами, ми повинні змінити обставини так, щоб війна закінчилась безвідносно до того, що хоче Путін. Ми всі повинні змінити обставини так, щоб Росія була примушена до миру. Якщо почати рухатися цією ідеєю, з цим конкретним планом перемоги саме зараз, то може вдатися завершити війну не пізніше, ніж наступного року. Справедливості для всього нашого українського народу. Перший пункт – це запрошення в НАТО зараз. Другий пункт – оборона. Це незворотнє зміцнення української оборони проти агресора. Це реалістично захищати наші позиції на полі бою в Україні і водночас обов'язково повертати війну на територію Росії. І надання Україні відповідних далекобійних можливостей. Україна пропонує розмістити на своїй землі комплексний, неядерний стратегічний пакет стримування, який буде достатнім для захисту України від будь-якої воєнної загрози з боку Росії та який максимально звузить варіативність дій Росії до таких перспектив або приєднатись до чесного, дипломатичного процесу для справедливого завершення війни або гарантовано втратити можливість продовжити агресивну війну внаслідок застосування Україною наданого пакету стримування згідно з визначеними військовими цілями Росії. В кожній такій країні ми провели успішний інаугураційний. Україна пропонує Сполученим Штатам разом з визначеними партнерами, зокрема це Євросоюз, частиною якого Україна буде, та з іншими партнерами в світі, хто є нашими партнерами, укласти спеціальну угоду щодо спільного захисту наявних в Україні критичних ресурсів, спільного інвестування та використання відповідного потім економічного потенціалу. Ми передбачаємо у разі згоди партнерів заміщення окремих військових контингентів Збройних сил Сполучених Штатів Америки, які дислоковані в Європі, заміщення їх українськими підрозділами. Після війни партнери України, яким вже був представлений цей наш план, поставились до нього дуже практично, уважно. Команди зосереджені зараз на деталях заради дієвої підтримки. Команди почали працювати. Завтра я представлю план перемоги на засідання Європейської Ради. Але на цьому шляху Україна має бути сильною, об'єднаною та свідомою того, що Росія не може відпустити нас. Не може відпустити, але Росія може та повинна Україну втратити. Росія повинна назавжди втратити контроль над Україною і втратити навіть бажання такого контролю.